I'm bringing my daughter along with me on this journey that I'm on to strive for financial independence. One of the main ways that I am doing this is by investing on her behalf into her UTMA account, which is a Uniform Transfers to Minor Act. Whether you want to do that or explore a 529 plan, which is tied to education, or a custodial Roth IRA, if you're ready to start putting some money aside for retirement. If your child has their own earned income, there are ways to have their money working in the same way that we're trying to do for ourselves. In this video, I'm going to give you an update on her UTMA account. But first, I'm going to talk a little bit about other ways that I am working with her, trying to teach her and have other amounts of money set aside for her, but growing and building at a different rate than it would be if I just left it at the local bank. When my daughter becomes an adult, by the time she's 18 years old, I want her to have a level of comfort and understanding when it comes to investing, saving, deciding and making a budget and understanding her wants versus needs. I did not grow up with knowledge of handling money, credit, any of this type of stuff. So as I'm learning, I'm definitely going to be passing on the knowledge to the next generation. There are so many elements to it that I missed out on understanding credit, savings, compound interest. As far as retirement savings, I just kind of stumbled into that because I've been working since I've been 19 years old. And I was with that first company for a long time. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't even be where I am currently at with my retirement investments. So, I want to talk about the focus that we can have for ourselves and our children here on this channel to invest early and invest often. So, I'm going to share two videos that I've done in the past in the description. One is on adding my daughters to my credit cards to build up their credit history. That's something that I did for both of my daughters. And my oldest daughter, she is grown, she's married and out of the house. And I've heard from her and her now husband of the impact that doing this made on her credit score and credit history. So that's something that I was able to do when I knew that my credit was in a good place and could only positively impact her. So before we get into investments, a few other things that I do are making sure to use a high yield savings account. My local bank and credit union do not offer the rates that I can get at, for example, what I happen to use is Discover Bank. So I have money there for my daughter and myself, but this video is about her. She has money in a high yield savings account. She has money in a CD that will be accessible within a few months, but all of her money is working harder for her than it would be if I had it at the bank. I was just getting on my feet just a few years ago after being laid off for the second time. And with that, thankfully, I was working throughout all of the lockdown and everything that we went through, but I was getting stimulus money and not needing to tap into it for myself or for her. So I was putting that money into the bank, but I didn't let it sit there for long. I said, I have to get this money better positioned, invested, working harder, just like I'm doing for myself. So now into the UTMA update. I chose to do it at Fidelity. I had my current 401k there as well as my retirement savings from previous jobs. I decided to look there when I wanted to set up my daughter's accounts. And I found that their customer service, no minimums to set up the accounts, no fees related to the accounts, as well as the option to buy fractional shares, all seem to be things that fit well into my needs. So I set up her account there. This was her account balance a few months ago, back in October, when I made the last video that I'm going to share. Hopefully you'll go check that out if you want some more detail on how to set up an account for your child. Now let's take a look at the percentage gain and the investments. So we have VOO, which gives exposure to the S&P 500, the 500 largest companies in the US. Her investments are up 28.89%. VTI is the US total stock market. The percentage gain on that portion is 27.64%. And then I chose a few blue chip stocks to get this portfolio started. We have Apple, which is up 19.94%, Home Depot, which is up 13, and Tesla, which is down 10.83%. But overall, her portfolio is up 24.75%. Now, there is a lot of overlap between VOO and VTI, but I chose to do them both, and you see they have a very similar performance. You can choose to do 100% into either one of those to get started. And right now, her account has surpassed $5,000 and she has share size building up in each of these areas. Not quite to one share of Home Depot yet, but we are getting there. So even her uninvested cash over at Fidelity is gaining 4.9%. But every time I get to, for example, $100 in her account, I'm going to put $40 into VOO, 40 into VTI, 10 into Apple, 5 into Tesla, and 5 into Home Depot. So she also has a Fidelity Youth account that she can do investments on her own with my supervision. That account also came with a debit card, and that's what she only has for right now. She doesn't have a physical credit card yet, but it's giving her exposure. And, nowadays, you go so many places and that's all they accept is card, not cash. So, as I shared earlier, a portion of what I got her account started with was stimulus money. But whether it's that or just allocating a little bit of money, we spend so much on clothes and shoes and eating out and Easter baskets, Christmas, birthdays, even her monthly phone bill. I just try to create a balance of taking care of those things and allocating towards investing and saving. So drop me a comment. Are you investing for your child, grandchild, or loved ones in your family? How are you going about teaching the next generation to have a better money mindset, a different money mindset than what we may have grown up with? If you're not already, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.